My name is Abel Kiddu. I'm the Managing Director of African Mushroom Growers, Uganda Limited. We are here in our grow house. Now, for anybody who wants to grow mushrooms, you need to have a good grow house where you are going to fruit your mushrooms from. Now, the only difference is that this one we have decided as African mushroom growers to improve our farm, and we are now resorting to metallic shelves. Now, we have always, all the years, we have been using the wooden shelves, but the disadvantages with the wooden shelves is that they rot very fast because we usually water these mushrooms, and you find that within a year those eucalyptus spores have rotted, and you need to do maintenance. You need to replace them like every year. Now with these metallic shelves, we have done something which is permanent, and it will last for years, and it will look neater. Also, when wood rots, it creates some molds, and those molds might affect the mushrooms. So with the metallic shelves, we don't have that problem. Now with this improvement, we shall no longer have that problem of molds and what. So it is really good. It is expensive in a short run, but cheap in a long run. And within it is well organized. It organizes the room very well, and you can actually grow more. You can put more gardens on a shelf than the wooden one, because once you see here, we have like 5 levels, 5 levels. But with the wooden shelves, we've been having 3 or 4 at most. So within a small space, you can have more gardens, and that means you can grow more mushrooms from one small space, from a small space. So like now, we have also gone ahead, because we have always been using the papyrus shelters, but now we have a permanent structure which has 2 large openings for good air circulation, because mushrooms actually need a lot of aeration. Now with the permanent structure also, it will look neater, and then there will not be maintenance for every time, because even the papyrus, after some time, maybe 6 months or 1 year, you have to remove them and put other new ones. And also they don't look neat, but they also pose another problem of a risk of fire in case. So you never know, if you have bad people around, they might even lit your they can put fire on your grow house, and then you find that within 1 day you have lost millions of money. But with this permanent structure, at least you are safe. Well, it is, like I said, it is expensive in a short run, but it is economical and cheaper in the long run. But also it is efficient, and it gives more production. Metal does not grow molds. It's only wood. Wood, because once wood rots, remember, also like wood, it acts like a substrate for mushrooms, and actually wild mushrooms can, once they fall on, if the spores of the wild mushrooms fall on the wood, on rotten wood, the wood acts as substrate, and those wild mushrooms can grow on the wood. I think in nature, even in forests, you've seen mushrooms which grow on like old logs. You've seen them. So wood is not good for mushroom growing. It's only because we've been doing it in it is the cheapest thing you can do. But if somebody has money, or if you can, it is better to use the metallic shelvings, because world over that is what is done. Like these ones in this room is about 14.5 feet by 40 feet. This room has 4 stands. Yeah? They are for this side too and this side too. This room can accommodate about 4,000 gardens. It can accommodate 4,000 gardens because each stand, there are 4 stands, but each stand can accommodate 1,000 because of the different levels. This stand ends here. This is one. Then the rest. It can accommodate up to 4,000 gardens. But the whole room. So, if somebody is beginning, I would actually encourage, if they don't have enough money, it is okay, they can begin with the wooden one. Because actually the metallic ones are expensive, but they can begin with the wooden shelves and then go on. Once they get money, they can then start put up the metallic shelves. But if one has money and is ready to begin with the metallic one, each one roughly costs about 4 to 5 million.
Each stand?
Each stand.
What?
4 to 5 million. So you may find that this room, to have you need about 20 million to put up, because they come in different gauges. If the gauge is not good, if you use the smaller gauge, of course it will be cheaper, but of course it will not be long lasting. Or if you put up the gardens, it will shrink somehow. Well, it is not so technical. Actually, farmers should not think about that so much. If you go to most of these welding people, these fabricators, they can fabricate it for you. For as long as you use the right gauge, about 6 millimeter angle lines, it can work. But what farmers should, I think, focus on is the way how to maintain the grow house. Yeah, because within the grow house, you need to have, once we are in the grow house, you need to maintain somehow a cool environment. Actually, the temperatures should be between 18 to like 24 degrees for oyster mushrooms to produce well. And that's what farmers should focus more on, and to see that their rooms, if they are to grow in from rooms, they are to make sure that these rooms are well aerated, because mushrooms are not plants. For them, they need lots of oxygen. So once you put like a small window, the mushrooms will not come out. They will be suffocated. So I think that's the technical bit about it. But for the fabrication of the stands and the shelves, that one, it's easy. Those who can, they can go. But for big starters, it is better to begin with the wooden shelves, because they are low cost and they are readily available. It's doable. Then after you have made some money, then you can transform. Because what we want, what we want is to begin. Most farmers don't have enough capital, and raising capital for farming, it's somehow not an easy thing. Mushrooms have money. Market in the supermarkets, in the restaurants, people eat a lot of pizzas, and most of the pizzas are for mushrooms. So once you grow mushrooms, you are assured of market, and once you have market, it means as a farmer you're going to get money. So there is a big profit on mushroom growing. There's a big profit on mushrooms, and once you start growing them, they have a shorter payback period, because once you plant them like today, after 1 month, you begin harvesting. So you can recoup your money within 1 month. And once you do it as a business, you are assured of money. There's a lot of money in mushroom growing. how our farm is open to farmers every Wednesdays and Saturdays. So usually we have trainings. The trainings begin at 9 to 1 p.m. They begin at 9 to 1 p.m. Then they pay a fee of 50,000 for the session, and everybody is welcome. Yeah.